Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you? I hope things are well. I hope things are good. Let me know in the comments. And speaking of comments, I thought I would respond to a few of your comments on yesterday's video. Yesterday's video was about like what I would need for future projects. Yeah, so some of you asked a couple of questions besides Sam, who loved my shirt, which thank you, Sam. That was a gift from my nieces. It was, if you didn't see yesterday's shirt, it was a bowl of ramen. It says send nudes, N-O-O-D-S. I eat ramen many times a week. In fact, at work, I have a desk drawer that's just bowls of ramen that are always at the ready. So if I don't have something else for lunch, if I don't take a lunch, or if nobody's going out for lunch, I just have ramen. So probably at least 3 days a week I have ramen out of my desk drawer. So yeah, it was an appropriate shirt. I eat a lot of ramen. Joel Nert said if I was local, I might commission you to build some garage cabinets, but since there's a lot of space between Washington and West Virginia, I should get off my lazy butt and build my own. Yeah, garage cabinets are pretty simple to build. If I remember correctly, I'll put some pictures up over here. This might be something that you look into. I don't have a whole lot of cabinets. That's part of my storage problem. That's part of my organizational problem down here, is I only have this wall, this back wall that you can see here, that's the full length of the garage, is the only stud wall in this garage that I can actually anchor heavy cabinets to. This wall and the other wall that runs the length of the garage, these are what's called superior walls. They're essentially a preformed concrete, and they have studs, but they're not structural of any kind. Like the studs can barely hold up drywall. So they're basically these galvanized strips that are attached to foam that is attached to the concrete. So there's not a lot of weight holding power. So I really can't hang anything heavy back on this wall, or this one huge long wall, which would be perfect for cabinets. Now, that being said, I could build a false wall frame, like a stud frame, and I've thought about this a lot, how I could do it so that it's strong enough to hold up cabinets, but it doesn't take up any more floor space than a 2x4. But essentially, I would have to build a 2x4 stud wall and anchor it to the concrete and anchor it to the floor joists above, and then I could hang drywall or, particle board like I have back here, and then I could hang cabinets on that. And I don't think it's worth that. There is enough space over here to have some decent cabinets, but Joel, what I was saying is, these boxes I have up here, these are little like cubbies that come from, I think I got these at AC Moore, and they are, I think, 4 cubbies comes to a piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 4 cubbies to a thing, and they go on sale a lot, and you can find those for like, I want to say less than $20, which is basically cheaper than you can get the wood for. So it's a good solution for shop quote-unquote cabinets, and they could be cabinets. You could easily make doors to hang on those and have shop cabinets for very inexpensive. So that might be a good solution for anybody who's, maybe you want to put up cabinets like this. This cabinet came out of my parents' old kitchen. This cabinet came out of my parents' new kitchen. If you don't have the know-how or the inclination to build a cabinet like that, you can buy these cubbies and put doors on them, and it's actually a really good solution. So that's an option. I think my one gripe about them is they have like a real thin back, like not even 1/4-inch plywood. It's almost like a Luan back, so you'd have to build some bracing to hold them to the wall. And you can see in this picture that that's basically what I did. I added a brace to the back, and then this bottom runner serves kind of like a cleat, but also like a hat rack and stuff for me to set the shelves on. So that might be a good solution, Joel. Check into it. Yeah, so that answers, I think, the next question, if I remember correctly. Well, yeah, which was from, I think it was Chevee Dodd. 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 Lanier, I want to say you pronounce it that way. I don't remember. It's not Lanier, is it? Lanier. What would it take to build the organizational system you use to use the Garage 365 for projects? Truthfully, not a ton of money. The main thing that I need to do is I have this crappy little sanding station here, and I have another one over there. They need to go away. And in order for them to go away, though, I need shelves or drawers, truthfully. I have a unit here and another unit here. This unit could hold shallow drawers that would be great for storing like nuts and bolts and screws. It would be a perfect fastener station. And I've even thought about just putting in little shelves where I can stick in those like organizational trays. And then this other space would be either 4-foot wide drawers or two 2-foot wide drawers side by side. And I could probably get all of those out of a little over a sheet of plywood. So like $50 for a pre-sanded sheet of plywood would knock that out. And then I would need to build, there's room on past my table saw. This bench could go almost the full length of the garage. And that's really truthfully what I would like to have, is a very long work surface where I can put all of the sanders and stuff along that wall, not even have this back here. This would be storage space for like power tools. I would shelving back here for tools to sit in. So I mean, truthfully, dollar wise, it's probably less than $200 would outfit with all the organizational stuff that I would need. I have wood storage. I didn't show it. There's wood storage on the other side of this door. If I remember correctly, I'll attempt to show that at some point in the future. So I don't keep a whole lot of wood in here, just kind of little stuff. So I don't need a whole lot of space for that. And then the other thing is, a lot of the stuff that's on this bench is like electronics type stuff. I would like to get it completely out of here. And to do that, I need to build a couple of work tables in the other side of the basement and hang up some sort of tool wall or something in there so I can get the electronic stuff out of here. It doesn't belong in here. I would like to have just the woodworking stuff in here. That's also, an option. Jonathan asked, do you have access to hardwood veneered plywood? You might be able to get cherry veneered stuff for the sides and use just the solid stuff for the top, face frame, drawer fronts, drawers, something cheaper. Yes, that has actually been a consideration of mine. When I priced out the dresser, I think he's talking about the dresser build, I was looking at $300 for solid hardwood, which is a little bit outrageous. I can order cherry veneered plywood. And then, like you said, Jonathan, use cherry veneer for the face frame and the top, or cherry for the face frame and the top, would significantly reduce the price. It would also make it a lot easier for me. I don't have a domino joiner. I don't even have a biscuit joiner. So building a dresser that's 12 inches wide out of 6 to 8 inch wide boards means I'd have to be gluing together 3 boards to get that 20 to 24 inches or whatever that I would need. To make a side, it would be there'd be a whole lot of glue up of trying to get flat panels that I don't have the machinery. My planer is 12 inches, my jointer is 4 inches. I don't have the machinery to make a wide flat panel, so I've definitely considered using hardwood veneered plywood because stability. I didn't have to glue it together and that sort of stuff. So there's options for that, but for the shop, yeah. Organization is the thing. Heating's not a problem. I don't get hot, or I don't get cold, so I don't need heating in here. In the summertime, it gets hot in here, but I can open the door and turn a fan on, and it's not miserable. So, truthfully, to be able to use it all the time, the main thing is storage. Oh, and a shed. That's the other thing. I would like my lawnmowers are in here. All of my garden tools are in here. There's bikes, like the girls' bikes and stuff. That I don't have a place to keep those. So. I could keep them on the other side of the basement, but I'm trying to keep that space clean and not cluttered. So, because the washer and dryer stuff's over there, so having a shed would be the ultimate. Like, how could I really get this space to be my workshop and get all this other junk out of here? That's all hopes for someday, but hope that answers your questions. Thank you for coming back. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll attempt to get to it tomorrow or some point later this week. Maybe we need to do a Q&A. We haven't done a Q&A in a very long time. I used to do them a lot on Fridays, so maybe we'll try and queue one up. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Thanks for being here. As always, thank you for being great people and wonderful friends and asking cool questions. I hope you'll see you tomorrow. That was awkward.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Taser in fact comes from Overstock.com. When was the toaster invented? In 1919, the pop-up toaster is invented. While General Electric built the first electric toaster for the home in 1909, it was 10 years later when Minnesota mechanic Charles Strite created an easy-to-use toaster designed for restaurants.